My name is Josh Baker, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and former professional MMA fighter. I have fought and competed for some of the biggest organizations on the East Coast. Now I am the owner and promoter of the House Party of Grappling, Hammer Challenge Series. I invite you on a journey as we travel across state lines to different academies to train and meet some of our competitors as they get ready to compete inside the circle. Welcome to Outside the Circle. Welcome to Outside the Circle, episode number 2. Again, my name is Josh Baker, owner and promoter of HCS Grappling. And today, we were happy to have Marissa Pacelli come down to HQ at Hammer Sports Performance. So a little different, but she came out and did a seminar. She's only going on the seminar kit, but thank you for stopping in.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so today I want to go over some K-guard stuff. Is there anyone here that's like brand new? No. Yeah? Okay. So try your best. I'm going to be coming around, and if there's anything that you have questions on, just stop me. Can I go over? Yeah. Okay, so first I just want to go over some entries into the K-guard. So in general, there's two, entries that you might experience. Someone on their knees or someone standing. In my opinion, I would use two different approaches. Some people would say the opposite. My personal thing, if they are on their knees, I like to attack the upper body, and if they're standing, I like to attack the lower body and the legs. So first, just to go into some entries, a lot of times I will get there, if they're on their knees, I'll either collect an arm, like an arm scoop, and I personally like going to this side. Once I'm here, I'm gonna go underneath the leg, and I'm going to scoop the leg. But I kind of want my foot right here. I don't want it too high, because if it's too high, it's easier for him to pop off. I kind of just want it right here, and I want my knee turned inwards. So now from here, you could do several things. One of the things that I like to do when they're low like this, I like to pull them into close guard. So now, once I have him in close guard, I can slow him down, and I can attack the upper body a little bit better. So one of the things I want you guys just to start off with is just getting used to when they're on their knees going from K-guard to close guard. So he's here, I'm gonna pull in this arm, I'm gonna go here with the knee inwards, I'm gonna scoop. And once he's here, nice and close, I'm just gonna shoot up this close guard.
You're 7-1 inside the circle. All right, you won the 145 Grand Prix last year. You were on the first ever team female duel,
yep.
Which we'll talk about coming on. But so we just wanted to give out. I know you're going into seminars and stuff, so I'm honored that you came out and taught my students. I mean, when you first started with us, I think that's when you first started kind of getting on the scene.
Yep.
And now since then, you've taken over.
Yep. So I started jiu-jitsu as like a late teenager. I started back in, I think, 2014, 2015. And basically I got into it because, I was a teenager, I didn't have anything better to do, I needed hobbies. So a friend of mine that I did karate with when I was a kid was like, hey, do you want to, do jiu-jitsu with me? And I was like, yeah, and I tried it and I loved it ever since, and it's been like a community for me, it's given me purpose, it's given me friends.
So we're here, I'm going to start here, I'll scoop the arm. Sometimes you could just pull the arm. You have a lot of opportunities here, it's pretty flexible. So, you can come in here. You could underhook the leg if he's not close enough. If he's already close, you could just wrap it up. And I want to get as high as possible. See, I'm trying to create a clamp. That's like very important. You don't want to have a kind of like loose guard where he could pressure in towards me, because then you're just in a regular close guard. I want to clamp my legs, and I want to get as high up as possible. This arm's isolated here, and I'm going to use this hand to frame on his bicep and bring this knee in front of his bicep. Now, that's going to create space so that this leg, the top leg, will go over the top, and you're just going to lock your legs. Now from here, you have a lot of arm options. You could go here, trace your leg. You could bring this here like you're answering the phone and go down on the elbow. And then there's, other stuff that you could do too, but I just want you guys to practice that because that helps. Okay. Any questions, guys?
We were just at Black Hole. It's kind of your home base these days. Yeah. But I know you've had multiple different people. You were training with Anthony Rua, right?
Oh yeah, Up Top is my other gym.
That's the gym, yep.
I moved to New York, but Up Top is, my home in Wayne, New Jersey, and Yanni, my instructor. I was fortunate enough to be promoted to black belt by both Mike and Yanni at the same time, so that was like a blessing.
Well earned, I can tell you from experience. We just rolled in the back there. Yeah, I played with fire and I learned, so we'll probably see that.
You have a lot of options from K-guard, and it's pretty cool. So one of the things that you might notice, I want to get more into leg stuff. He might stand up, right? He might feel like I'm like really coming in heavy for the body attacks.
So he might stand up. So one of the things that I like to do, very important, one of the passes that's used commonly against K-guard is pushing this leg right here forward. Yeah, that's one of the things that you're gonna encounter when you're playing K-guard. So try to keep this leg low, not too high, you know, but like on the lower side. Like I like putting it right on the center of his thigh. So I'm gonna underhook the leg, I'm gonna clasp my hands together, and right here, I'm gonna go for a knee bar. So I'm gonna pull him in towards me. I wanna load his knee up on my chest, and a lot of times I can use this foot to kick him forward. I wanna kick his armpit. Now from here, you can go here, figure 4 your legs, and sometimes you can finish it here. He might roll through. A lot of times I encounter people going this way, and then you could finish it here. As for finishes, I personally like to pinch it and hold the heel and hip through. You can put it under your armpit, that's not wrong. You have options here. He stands. I keep this leg by his thigh, and I'm gonna clasp my hands together here. I'm gonna load his knee onto my chest, and I'm gonna push him forward and kick his armpit so that I have full access to his leg. Now from here, I could throw my leg over, and I might be able to finish here. A lot of times what he might do is go this way, and then I just follow him, keeping my hips on his knee. And as for that finish, as I said, with knee bars, you just wanna make sure that your hip is on the kneecap. They're gonna be turning, trying to get the pressure off of the kneecap, that's how they escape. But you wanna just make sure you maintain that pressure. You could go 2 hands, or you could put it under your armpit.
I mean, we have a lot of cool things coming up. You have a lot of cool things coming up on yourself. We haven't seen you yet this year. We tried in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But we are set for female only again.
Yes.
October
Yep.
25th at Eddie Alvarez Gym. And we're bringing a new team dual format, you know, team of 5. I mean, you were part of the first one.
Yeah.
There was team of 3. We had a little mixed rules and stuff like that. So now we have the team of 5, the 2 125 and below, 2 155 and below, and then the absolute.
I'm excited.
You haven't announced your team yet, but we're sure we can kind of fill in some of the holes.
Yep.
Let's kind of go through. We already
Finalizing
have 2.
things, so
We have 5.
Stay tuned.
2 confirmed, but I mean, right now there's one match that I know when in the beginning of the year.
Yes.
I said, what matches do I want to make happen this year inside the circle? And you versus Maya. You know,
Yes.
You guys are 1-1 inside the circle.
Yep.
You beat her in the final last year. I know she's interested, but
Marissa and Maya 3. I love Maya. She's a good friend of mine. She's an awesome practitioner. It's an honor to share the mats with her, and you know, we're 1-1 against each other, so we need our tiebreaker.
You guys never competed in anything other rule set?
No, that was my first time meeting her. Yeah.
Solid. So
Yep.
we keep it that way. All right.
And if he stands, I'm just making sure that my foot is kind of like hooked on his thigh, and I'm clasping right here. So just get used to being in this position. It's a really weird position if you're not used to it. So if you take nothing from this, like just get used to this position right here. So one of the things I want to go into, is it okay if I show a heel hook?
Yeah.
Okay. So if the knee bar doesn't work, so a lot of times you're here, right? We're gonna push him away, and I'm gonna go for the knee bar. And to escape, a lot of times he's gonna bring his body this way, just to get rid of the pressure. So sometimes what you're gonna notice is you're gonna lose the knee bar completely, and that's okay because we're in 50-50. Right? Are you guys all familiar with 50-50? Okay, the newer people, I'll come around to help, so don't worry. Don't worry too much about this. I want you guys to get used to the position itself. So here, there's a really good heel hook, and his legs are already separated. A lot of times once you get to this position, his legs are probably already gonna be separated. So I'm propped up on my elbow, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this leg away so I have a little bit of time, a little bit of space, and I'm going to bring my elbow back so that I collect his heel. And his heel is on my wrist like a wristwatch. I'm gonna clasp my hands together. The one that's collecting the heel is gonna be the one on top, and I'm gonna hip through the knee. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go right through. And a lot of times you'll get the tap right there. So just get used to, that. So I'm gonna go back. So we're here. I make trial for upper body submissions. He stands up to escape them. I'm gonna load this knee onto my chest, kick him away, and I'm gonna go for the knee bar. Now to escape the pressure, he's gonna turn this way, and sometimes I might lose it completely, and that's fine. Really important thing that I wanna add, protect your heel before you attack someone else's. I don't wanna leave my heel floating, because if he pulls it in, I'm in danger. That's why they call it 50-50. It could go either way. So what I do immediately, I put my legs together, I look to separate his even further. I'm going to collect his heel, so I'm going to bring this arm back, put his heel on my wrist like a wristwatch, clasp my hands together, and then once I'm in this position, right, his toes are tucked in my armpit, I'm gonna hip through the knee. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm just gonna go right through the knee.
So, like I said, you're 7-1 inside the circle. If you had to say, what's your favorite HCS moment?
Well, I have a few, but my favorite so far would probably be winning the 145 Grand Prix. That was such an amazing moment, you know, winning the belt, winning the money, being surrounded by my friends and family, you know, avenging a loss, you know, against an extremely tough competitor and someone that I have extreme respect for. So that was probably, you know, my top moment as of so far. A runner-up would be competing with, you know, Nicole and Lydia on the team event and, you know, winning the girls, you know, team event. That was a really amazing moment.
Yeah, it was HCS 9.
Yeah.
That was a while ago,
Wow.
March of 23.
Wow.
Right? So I get, you know, it flowing by, you know, but next time you come out, it's HCS 28.
Wow.
So it's a big gap, you know,
Time
we're
flies.
excited to come. Like I said, we already have 2 girl teams there. We only had 4 that time around. We made a wild card. So we're looking to get more. We're excited to keep on giving back to the girls. Last year we did we had 2 Grand Prix, right? This year we have 115 the same day. And we're looking to keep on growing female jiu-jitsu, and I think that's us doing that staple of every October. We're gonna do the female only. I'm excited to get back to there.
Armpit to get him forward, throw this leg over, and I'm gonna initially look for my, my knee bar, but he's gonna kick that leg through, and we're gonna end up in 50-50. So this is exactly where we were before. So one other finish that I wanna go over is attacking the far leg. So a lot of times, you know, what you're gonna notice, you know, they might bring this leg in, right, to try to defend. Like maybe you weren't quick enough with pushing that leg far away. So you could attack this far leg. And honestly, a lot of times when you do attack that far leg, it opens up the inside leg. So if you guys want to, you know, save the entry, because I know the entry takes a little bit of time, you could start in 50-50 just to get used to the attacks. So, you know, let's just say he brings this leg in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go for an Aoki lock. So what that is I'm going to take this far leg, I'm going to put it in my armpit, I'm going to pinch the toes, I'm going to bring this through, and I want his heel kind of on my rib cage. So with the finish, what I want to do is I want to kind of crunch this way. So I'm going to go this way and up. Now a lot of times, because I don't have a vise on this leg, I might not get the finish. You can get the finish. This is a great position, but you might not, and that's okay, right? Because a lot of times when I do this, he might kick that leg free, and then I go for the heel. So really, you know, with jiu-jitsu, you don't want to project what you're going to do. If you're going for one attack, you don't want to just spam the same attack, because then people are going to know what you're doing. So this is just a way to open up the other leg. So, you know, we're here, I'm really trying to get my heel hook. He brings this leg in. I'm going to go here, I'm going to shoot this through so that his heel is on my rib cage. And I'm going to twist my body this way so that I can get that finish. If I don't get the finish, that's fine. He's going to kick that leg away, and it's going to open up his heel, which is the one that we were initially going for.
What else do you have coming up, you know?
So really just, you know, focused on training and, you know, kind of trying to take more of like a teaching, coaching role, trying to do seminars, helping my teammates, coaching a little bit more. I'm going to be competing a little bit more in the fall, kind of taking a little bit of time right now. You know, I'm working through the summer, so taking a little bit of time to, you know, enjoy jiu-jitsu, as well as taking more of like a teaching and coaching role, and also just enjoying the summer and eating what I want. And
I feel that.
Yeah.
What do you do full time?
I'm a nurse.
You're a nurse?
Yeah.
Like a school nurse?
Yep, I work at a school, but I work the summer program, so it's pretty cool, and you know, I love it.
It's pretty cool.
I love it.
And like you said, you're on the seminar tour right now. I was happy that we can bring you in.
Thank you for having me.
Especially if, just tell the people where can they find out how they can get you into the school, what they need to do, and all that.
So, you know, you could send me a DM. A Clockwork Armbar is my Instagram. You could also message my sponsor, you know, Takeover, Team Takeover. It's my rash guard. So you can message Andre or Team Takeover. You know, even if you wanted to message, you know, Mike or Black Hole, you know, I'm sure it'll get back to me. But a Clockwork Armbar on Instagram is the best way to reach me.
Yeah. And then you message me, I'll get in contact.
Thank you.
She is definitely easy to be reached, and it's definitely worth. She just came in, did an hour, and opened the door to a lot of my students. It's something they don't even see, but that's what we want to do, right? We're going around right now,
into bringing in different instructors, going to different gyms, and making sure that we show the talent that happens inside the circle. Where do they get there? How do they get there? And give you a platform to grow yourself. And
Yeah, and
again,
I'm grateful.
And we're grateful for you
Thank
guys.
you so much.
Keep on doing it. Like I said, we're back for the female only October 25th at Eddie Alvarez Gym in Philly, well, Newtown, Pennsylvania, right outside Philly.
Yeah.
We have a couple events prior to that. Depending on when this drops, we are next week at August 9th at Precision Jiu-Jitsu. September 6th, we're at Jersey City, Battle of Jersey City, right at the Hudson Fitness Expo. With more info to come out that. And
That's
following
gonna be
week,
sick.
September 13th, 205 pound Grand Prix, right at Rawway Rec. Some cool events going on. Again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you keep on tuning out because the house party never stops. Thank you, Marissa, to come out.
Thank you for having me.
Keep an eye out, subscribe, stay tuned.